One, we got our stuff going. We're popping. All right, that's enough of that. Anytime I could shamelessly self-promote the fact that that was made with AI, but my lyrics and Chrissy and K-pop's lyrics together, we created this little
It
theme
was.
song for it because
It
we can't
sounds
just do a
like such a
podcast. No. We
fucking
have to have all the things
Z100
that go along
song.
with it.
So what's up?
How's your connection?
What's
You're
up,
sounding
Sunny
a
from
little
the
shitty.
Black? I sound shitty?
Yeah,
Great.
a little bit. You just like your signal. Are you on Wi-Fi or cellular?
Cellular.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
We should be good. I can hear
Can
you
you
much
hear
better
me?
now.
Okay.
Welcome to the Precious Metal Podcast, episode 3. This is our third one over here. You've got Johnny from the Block in Yonkers, New York. We've got K-pop down in Dirty Orlando.
Dirty Orlando!
There we go. That's everybody right there. K-pop, everybody.
Hey!
Hi, K-pop. Look at her boobs. They're amazing.
Hi, guys!
Don't look at her boobs. All right. You want to get right into it, Kay?
What's going on tonight, Johnny?
All right, we'll go through it. Just, going over it, getting through the day. It's the weekend. I'm grateful. I'm glad we're recording on a Friday. I'm excited.
Me too,
We've got our TikTok Live popping up. Dharma, thank you so much. Guys, thank you. Jose, much appreciated. Spam the likes a little bit for us. We're at 1,600 already. Not that we have our family members, No threats to family were made. Somebody had the idea, but there were no threats to our family made.
No, none. None. We didn't bribe anybody either.
All right, so K-pop. Let us discuss our favorite subject, which is the scourge of ADHD paralysis.
I deal with it.
You both have gone through it very hard body this week.
Yeah, I had somebody out on vacation all week, so I was doing her job and my job, and like today I literally got out.
Not fair.
Not fair.
Not
It's not.
freaking
It's
fair
not.
at all.
So, and
No, it's
I got my
bullshit.
glasses on because I ate an edible and I'm a little fucking high right now. So, if I talk a little
Dude,
slow, guys,
it's fine, bro. You are good.
I'm just feeling nice.
Listen, the HTC for you and me is pure for all things when we're dealing with some stuff. Now, I touched my nose. That wasn't indicating that I'm skiing in any which way whatsoever. I just sweat a lot and my nose gets itchy.
Really? So you didn't go to the mountains?
Not in 10 years. Not
Good
in
for
10
you,
years. Not in 10
Johnny.
years. Maybe
Good
11.
for you.
No, actually, the last week we left Vegas. All right, that's a whole other thing. We're not getting into that. That's ridiculous.
That
Thank
doesn't
you for
count.
liking the live. I appreciate you, everybody. Angel, thank you so much, everybody. We've got a bunch of people in here right now. We've got some great likes happening.
How many? Hi, everybody.
Thank you. Everybody, K-pop says hi, everybody.
Hey,
Say
guys.
hi.
Hi.
So once we get to a point where we get enough followers, we'll be able to broadcast on multiple bands at the same time and won't have to do this cheap version of crap that we're doing now. But
Listen, we're
as in all
newbies.
things,
We are fucking newbies.
time.
We're
We're
newbies,
newbies.
Johnny. Like,
For the
I
last
think
ones,
we're
instead
doing
of new
great.
kids on the block, we're old kids who fucking forgot everything. All right,
For real.
ADHD paralysis. That's where we're at.
I had that today, actually. So ADHD paralysis is where you kind of like fucking get stuck and you really cannot do anything. It's like the only thing I can probably do is scroll on my phone, and like the constant doom scroll. I'm always doing, like, if you see me posting a lot on Instagram while I'm supposed to be working, that is when I am on an ADHD paralysis kick, and I don't want anything to do with something that I'm supposed to do, and I don't want to do. So, therefore, I am stuck. And I can't get up. I literally can sit there. I can literally sit on my couch. I can literally sit at my desk for fucking hours as long as I got coffee, Yo, what's up with me fucking...
Listen, that was a sad moment. That frustrates the hell out of me. It happened to me today,
It
Chris. It was
does.
so freaking shitty. Like it was so crap. I'm at a food event that I wasn't supposed to be, but I help out the teams. I was there, and everybody was asking questions, and I was in the kitchen. Now, normally when I'm cooking in the kitchen, shit's fire. Give me 6 stations, 12 things going at one time, no problem. But the problem was, everybody was so slow. So orders were coming slowly, requests were coming slowly, everything was coming slow. So if it's not 150 miles per hour, I can't keep up. Like I would just have everybody
Mm.
move, let me do everything like a drummer in Van Halen and just start banging everything out because that would make my life easier at my speed. I'm concentrating completely. I got control over this when I'm going fast. But when you have to slow me down, like when learning something, it's like so in the middle of everything, this is what happened.
What?
I just stood there looking at things. And then I noticed
I know.
drip of grease
I get
on
that.
the wall. A little drip of grease on one of
Yeah.
the steel walls, and I'm like, okay, you know what? That's just. And then
I told you if we didn't make it back in time for Christmas, I was gonna whoop your ass.
that's exactly what I felt. I wanted to kick somebody in the teeth. Because that's what comes up afterwards, Chris. You know the same thing. When you're focused finally after being in paralysis and you finally get that moment where you can actually feel. Juan Landon, thank you so much, everybody. Kenneth, thank you so much for dropping in. When you get that moment that you feel like you're finally focused and somebody comes up, taps you on the shoulder or tries to get your attention, and it just breaks you out of everything.
Ooh.
Yes!
Ooh.
Oh my
No,
God!
I swear to you, I will fucking sit there for hours and do shit. And like you said, when you get that final adrenaline rush, like, all right, I'm gonna get this shit done, and then you're like, boom, boom, bow, and then somebody's like, yo, excuse me, or Chris, can I get some help, Chrissy? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
stop and leave me
exactly.
alone. Like, I literally freak the fuck out.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
And by the way, I'm sitting in my car because that's the only way I got peace and shit because I got 2 dogs and kids, and that's all you would hear.
Wow, I got knocked off TikTok Live because of something. I guess I said something that upset somebody.
What?
How crap is that?
What? Who?
I
What
guess I
happened?
cursed too much, whatever.
Who said that? Who said that?
Hold on one second.
John.
TikTok.
So now we can't curse. Isn't this like freedom of
It's always been
speech,
TikTok against
America?
their standard. Doesn't matter.
So we got kicked off
We got
live?
2,000 likes on it. We got kicked off live. We'll be back on there again at some point once the violation goes away. I guess we'll watch our cursing. I thought I set the censors so it doesn't, whatever. We got potty mouths, so it is what it is. We'll bleep ourselves out. We'll edit it later, and then we'll get it going on that afterwards. But we still got some up there. But that doesn't stop the
cool.
recording. We keep going, and we keep going. Let's talk about one of my favorite subjects. Something that me and you do a lot when we wear the mask when it's not Halloween.
Oh,
Unmasking, yes.
Hey.
Unmasking.
Unmasking.
The
Yes.
masking.
The
Yes.
mask to
Oh
mask
my
to
God.
we blend with the environment.
Yeah.
Tell me
Whoever
about
the
your
group we're in,
experience.
we just try to. Yep. No, you go first. I'm
Yeah,
talking
like,
too much. I'm hopped up on the coffee.
I'm like mellow because see a coworker of mine, she was like, "Hey, you want some gummies?" And I thought they were really Sour Patch Kids, but however, they really weren't. She made a dope gummy, and now I'm a little, but I like it. I'm mellow tonight. Anyway, so I'm all like, yeah. So anyway, really. Are you masking that because you're around me?
You're making me horny-ish.
Oh, you're so horny. So,
I know. I got
anyway.
that live. Something like that. Whatever.
Yeah, we
Here's
got
what
banned.
it is.
We're back
Oh,
to
yeah, we're
phone,
masking.
that's why. So, masking. So, like, let's just say I'll be around somebody that talks different or, like, the way they act. And, like, I'll start mimicking that in certain ways.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, my accents will change sometimes. I mean, they do. My accents do change. It depends on who I'm talking to. Because, like, you know, you got to get in where you fit in. You know, if you got to speak proper, you're going to be like, we can't curse on TikTok, so now I'm going to have to, like, really curb myself because I curse a lot.
Yeah, if we're
And,
gonna,
but yeah, but I
we'll
do
have to,
back to masking so we don't jump. But yes, that's what I do. Like, and like I'll do it to blend in, and I'm really not giving myself. You know,
no.
sometimes. So tell me
We
what you
lose
do.
ourselves. We lose ourselves. Like, you know, depending on the group, you know, I'm such a people pleaser at most times that I try to fit in with every group possible that I'm around, and I try to look for
Too.
similarities in there with those
And you're
people
so
in
right
order
with the
to make
people
them like me
pleasing.
better. Or
People pleasing.
yeah, you know, that's why, you know,
Like,
it just goes hand in hand.
yeah, it definitely does. That's where the people pleasing correlates with the masking because people will be like, hey, you want to go do this, and you really don't want to go do it. And then you're like, fuck, man. It's fucking 4 a.m. and here I am. You know, all because I wanted to fit in.
Same thing. It's all about us trying to realize who we are, be comfortable with who we are. But, you know, I could say most times I don't know who the hell I am sometimes. You know, just trying to fit into so many different roles and so many different people that I had a long period of time where I was self-reflecting big to, like, you know, figure out what's the what, like who am I really, and get down to the nitty-gritty. And I'm still in that process, and I'm not quite freaking sure, but that's part of the discovery, and it
Yeah.
sucks. But
Yes.
it also reveals. It also
Well, I
reveals a
mean,
lot of who we are.
it does reveal it, but, like, I feel like a chameleon when I do it, you know, and just
Yeah.
blending and... But then you eventually show your real side, you know, like,
Yeah, to the real
it's
people.
like
Yeah.
to the real people, you know, because like people who get around me, like people that I work with, are not going to get the same version of me that you're going to get, you know, or like just being in a different setting, or like when I'm with my friends, I'm more carefree, and then I'll start, you know, you get it, Johnny.
Exactly. Yep, no, absolutely. And then even I don't know, with my friends too, that's why my group has changed over the years. I'm not really a good friend to many people, but I'm a great friend to a few people. And I try to be. But
I like
even
that.
then, you know, it's
I
like,
I do. I like
yeah,
that a lot.
yeah, it's
That
true.
was.
I mean, that's how,
I mean that is true. Like I mean, my friend group has changed tremendously too. Like, you know, people I've grown up with, I don't even think we'd ever speak again. Some people, you know, and maybe not even on like purpose. It's not that nobody's mad at each other. It's just we haven't stayed in touch with each other, and you know, then
yeah,
you realize
that's,
people that are not, you realize people that are not really your friends. You know what I mean? Especially the people that don't clap. You know, when you're winning, or the people that
yeah,
don't offer, the people that don't offer a shoulder to lean on when you're upset, because I always do that for someone, you know, and when it doesn't get reciprocated, you know, you'll see the difference.
yeah, we take it personally too. Like, I mean, I was just talking to
Oh
my wife
yeah.
afterwards about three things I'm trying to change about myself. Is one, I'm trying not to be as judgmental as I used to be. And I'm
Mhm.
getting there. And two, I'm trying not to view people's lives and their choices through my eyes and my experiences. And three,
Mhm.
I'm trying to be more honest with how I feel. And that goes along with the masking thing and, you know, covering up your feelings to worry about what somebody else is feeling. And just trying to, you know, not be
Oh
rude
yeah.
about it. But, you know,
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
can,
it'll bottling feelings up too. Like, you know, bottling feelings up makes it worse. And like, I think we're at the point that we should all talk about it when we're like upset with each other. You know, it's easier said than done though, because sometimes you're afraid because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. You know, or they'll take it the wrong way. You know, and it's just you know, because you feel like it's worth being a friend. Because if I didn't feel like it was worth a friendship, I wouldn't want to talk about it. Then reconcile and try to figure out what went wrong or why I feel the way I do or you do. You know.
Listen, you are right there when we're talking about, and it was just as I got older, I realized it's throughout my life, it's just very easy to walk away from people in hurtful situations, and it's more prevalent now where I have disassociated my emotions a lot over the years, where I don't feel things like I think other people feel them. Now, I'm not a narcissist. X checked, cleared that off. There are tendencies, but I am not there, and I'm not a sociopath because I do have empathy, but I have definitely, as I've gotten older, learned to shut down others before they can get here and hurt me. And I don't think it's a defense mechanism that's in part of my everyday life, but it's also maturity. You know what I mean? Knowing that I don't have to put up with your shit. I don't agree with your policies. That's fine. We could be different about things, but if you're doing something that's corely against my beliefs, I get it that we don't have to be friends. I'm not going to judge you, but if you're going to hurt me with it, I'm just going to walk away. And easily and politely. I'm not going to ghost either. Like, I'll tell you, listen, this is what you fucked me up with. You got me fucked up with this shit. But I don't blame you. It's me who got triggered by it.
Yeah, I've experienced that with friends. Like, and I usually really do. As I got older, I got a better perceptive and like a really good instinct, and I could see through people more, like making new friends to old friends or realizing how old friends are. And sometimes friends don't vibe the way they used to because you have different goals, you have different mindsets, and like some people, there's a lot of people that have gotten old, but there's people, they haven't grown up. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference, like
Absolutely.
we're 42, and there's people that are 42, but their mindset, and I am not, there's plenty of people that are way more mature than me, not preaching the choir, nothing like that. However,
Yeah.
I've learned to see that, like, you can't really, what do you really have to talk about with somebody that isn't, what are you going to do? Just talk about the past, right? You're just going to consistently talk about the past because present, you don't have nothing in common to talk about. Because
No.
what I'm talking about is not going to interest you, or vice versa, or you're just not going to know what I'm talking about, or I'm just not understanding why you're not doing this, or you're not understanding why I'm doing this, because when people like people, get together. So, like, it's always good to be around people that have huge goals in life, and that's a big thing. Like, someone that has goals and dreams and visions, that they want to keep growing and growing and growing, and those are the kinds of people that you want to be around, people that are successful, people that are kind-hearted, people that don't give up, and people that keep trying and fight and push and bust their fucking ass to get to the top, and never give up and
Absolutely.
think that they're not, no matter how fucking hard the days are, and then you got the people that don't do shit, and, again, like, people grow apart, and it happens.
Yeah.
And I love, there's people I love, and I have nothing against them. It's just we're not on the same wave anymore.
And that's the thing. It's a lot of times I'm trying to do Instagram Live. They're not going to bother us when we curse.
I'm like, here we go again with him not listening to me.
No, I'm there. I'm there. I'm just trying to get the live going over here. Just so, damn it, schmuck, stupid.
I have a fucking ill time
There
out.
was a button. Yes, there we go. Okay, we got it. So we'll do Instagram Live because, it's more grown up,
Like,
and there's probably, God forbid, there was children watching or something.
Are we on
like that.
Instagram Live?
We are on Instagram Live through the Precious Trauma.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Even though we have more followers on TikTok, but it's okay. We'll still flex over here a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes when you're with friends and you're friends for all ago, we spend most of the time nostalgically walking through memory lane, and you want to, in your older years, be around people, or even when you're productive and getting there, you want to be around people. My grandfather said, when you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. So
That's a very good thing.
that's telling you basically you
That's
pick up the
so
habits of
fucking
the
true.
people that are in your group. It's hella true. and
Yeah.
trying to pick up the habits of the people around you. That's why, I don't know. I had so many different friend groups, from intellectuals to sophisticates to people who were more ratchet like myself.
Yeah.
And I picked up habits from people, and then there was times that I picked up some not so good habits.
I've
And
had plenty of those. I mean, some people you associate with that. There's certain
yeah,
people you associate with that part of your life. Like, when you take away that, what you used to do, and there's nothing else left, what the fuck you have in common?
absolutely. Yeah. Let's go back to another topic we were talking about that Robert suggested, which is a great frickin' topic, is triggers. The triggers
Yes.
of ADHD, the triggers of and how to recognize and avoid the trip down the rabbit hole.
I could talk about,
Go first.
I know. All right. So, my problem with triggers would be why I'm late all the time, right? So, I can wake up at 5 in the morning, right?
I would like to
And
just really quickly interrupt you. My K-pop was 10 minutes late to get onto the recording today. But we love her no matter what, so it doesn't fucking make a difference. She's here,
I am
we're
late
recording,
to.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So here's my problem. It's not that I don't give a fuck and I'm just late to everything. It is not that. It is not that at all. Like, if you think that I don't stress that I'm late to everything I do, it's like, I've had people like, do you have any consideration for me? And I'm like, yo, I'm not purposely doing it. But the thing is, what I was getting at is that I could have to be at work 9 o'clock, and I could fucking suddenly wake up at 5 a.m. like a ray of fucking sunshine. So I already have it in my fucking head that I could take the whole morning to doom scroll, to drink my coffee, to then like daydream and start writing down things that I've been hyper focusing on, or then I'll call people in the morning, and then I'm sitting there, and then before I know it, it's fucking 8:45, and I still didn't even jump in the shower, and I have to be at work at 9, and I just have time paralysis with myself. That is one of the biggest things for me. So I've been working on my time. Maybe it didn't show tonight.
No, you have. No. Don't beat yourself
I've
over the wall.
honestly been working a lot better at my time. Like, I've had people lie to me and tell me what time, like a dinner party was at. And I would still be late to that time that they told me, but the time was already, it was 2 hours. It was 2 hours before. So I'm starting to recognize not falling down when I know I have time to get ready. I should really utilize that time.
Yeah. I think it's when we have too much time to do something, because we rely on the crunch. When we're in the crunch, that's where we're at our best. But the triggers, I think that we were talking about, like you were talking about setting yourself timers to do shit. And that's what I've been trying to do. So, like we were talking about, I knew a trigger was coming the other day when it was ADHD paralysis. It was intense. I wasn't doing nothing. I just wanted to sit there and look at scroll about cats and funny cats and fat people falling, which I am fat people, so that's okay. I'm not body shaming nobody. I'm just saying I can't help it. That and snakebite videos. But the trigger was, and how I avoided the trigger of getting lost in it is I set a timer on my phone for 22 minutes. Now, I'm there, and I'm focused, I'm scrolling, I'm flipping, I'm doing it, I'm there. And the timer went off. I'm like, what? It's only been 20 minutes? It feels like it's only been like 2 seconds. And I put the phone down, and I just kind of like recentered. Tried to resist the temptation to pick it up again. I would like to tell you I did resist the temptation.
I know you did. I know you did. That's what I was going to say. I'm sure you picked it up. I'm sure you did. Yo, do you do something? Do you do this at work? Like, after I get out of like a fucking paralysis, and then I start doing something, like I'll write like fucking the first 2 lines of an email, and I'm like, woo! And then I go back to my phone.
Oh my God, Chris! What I'm doing now is there was a study done in the Mayo Clinic about ADHD and about ways to avoid doing the on and off for people with ADHD, especially when you're doing computer work or office situational work. So I do 20 off, 20 on, 5 off. Every 20 minutes, I'll work, I'll focus, I'll push as hard as I can. And then when the timer goes off, I'll take 5 minutes and I'll stop. Even if I'm on a roll, like I'll stop and then just get back on and do the on and off and on and off and on and off. And that helped me that day. That day it helped. Another day I did it, not so much, but that day it was okay. So those triggers, when I realize if I can recognize the trigger before it happens, and that's all part of the learning about yourself, recognizing the triggers, which is another freaking.
I mean, it's hard, and then also let me ask you something. I know this isn't even part of what we were talking about, but this is an ADHD thing that's going on right now.
That's us.
Do you vocal stim? Like,
I talk to myself, or I have to have, when I'm rehearsing conversations, that's when I relax. When my brain is rehearsing conversations that I'm planning on having, or an argument that I'm looking to start, or a joke that I'm trying to set up and get somebody primed in order to let me get the punchline out, to, deliver the setup, I vocalize it. And I catch myself, and I know other people do too. Well, I will mimic it. Like, I will voice it. Like, I'll be like, I'm over there doing it. I'm gonna go.
Really?
Meanwhile, I'm not talking, but I'm rehearsing the muscle memory of it, the actual physical action of it. And it looks crazy as fuck, and I know, but I try to catch myself doing it. But yeah, or whistles, or hums, or...
Well, I do really, I'll be like, ah! Like, I gotta be like, oh, like, I start singing out of nowhere, and I'll be out of, like, nowhere, I'll just use this Mother Down song, right? Out of nowhere, I'll be like, wake up! And then everybody's like, what the fuck? And fucking now Robert the twin, my son, he's on the spectrum, so he stims too. So lately he's been like, ah! And then I'm like, ah! And he'll be like, in the room.
Well, they say the family that stims together stays together.
Yes. I don't know why. I wanted to know if you would do that too. So
my stims are physical. Like when I'm driving, and people think I'm angry, but
look at me. I can't stop moving. If I'm like.
My 2 fingers on the steering wheel, a lot of times this happens. Like, this is what I'm doing. Or my favorite is the knee jump. When I'm sitting for too long, the knee jumping, but at work.
Oh, my fucking knee goes like a motherfucker.
Every job I ever had.
Everyone be like, you all right? Everyone be like, you all right? And I'm just like, like my fucking leg goes all the time. All the time.
And everybody at work.
I'm to go to sleep. I clap my ass cheeks. That's how I have to go to sleep. Like, I clap my ass cheeks. Swear to God. Like, my twins, like, if they lay in the bed with me, they're like, Mommy, can you stop? And I'm like, I didn't tell you to fucking lay in my bed.
She be clapping that. She be making it clap, making it clap.
Yeah, I gotta put my ass to bed.
I hear you. Listen, the vibrations got to go first. At work, at every job I've ever had, my energy is always so weird. People think that I'm on drugs. And I've had every manager I've ever worked with has always asked me, or any supervisor, any VP, anybody I've ever worked with has always had that conversation to me. Tom, we love you. You're great. Your energy is fantastic. But, sometimes you act every job, every time. But they do it delicately, the HR way. So when I know it's coming on, I'm like, hey, let me stop you right there. I know where you're going. I will be more than happy to do a drug test anytime, except around April 25th, the week before and the week after. Any other time of the year, no problem.
Birthday.
And then I will, because my energy is, and I have to have to sit down and explain to them. I said, look, you see me in a meeting with a 7-hour meeting where we were doing presentations and everybody was telling about stuff that's talking, and one speaker talked very slowly, and the Adderall didn't kick in yet. So the Adderall for me slows me down. And didn't kick in yet. So my legs are going, I'm tapping, I'm engaging in the conversation. I'm like an audience member at Jerry Springer. I'm like all into it. And then my former boss who moved on, he said like this, take the pill, take the Adderall. And I'm like, oh, it's not kicked in yet.
Really?
And then I have to tell everybody, yeah, no, because it's...
I hope
Well,
you
because I
got
had an
cotton
honest
mouth.
conversation. He was saying it out of caring because it looked I was acting weird. You know, it's and I get it, and I get it. Then I have to have and I don't mind having the conversation. I mind explaining it to people like, hey, I have ADHD. I'm on something of a spectrum, which where I don't want to get into because I'm still dealing with confronting that. But nonetheless, this is who I am. Here's a video. This may help you understand a little bit of what I'm doing. What I'm doing is stimming, and that helps me focus when boring things are happening that don't have my interest. So it helps explain to other people, but they expect it from kids, but it carries into our adulthood. And that's what we do. That's who we are.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, shit, when I take fucking Adderall, I'm like, boom, boom, like, I'm doing fucking, I work so well when I take my Addies, like, I am fucking doing email after email after email, but it doesn't, some days are better than others, though, like, that's why you have to take breaks and go on little holidays on the weekends,
Yeah,
take it when you have to work or something, like, if I don't
yeah,
have to
that's what I
do
do.
work, I'm not gonna fucking take it because I'll be all like without something to like really focus on.
Yeah, because then it implodes, and I had a withdrawal for the first time last week. I told you about it. We talked about that. I'll be
Yeah,
honest about it.
yeah.
I had an Adderall withdrawal, and I would normally
How long
did
did it
is I
last
would
for
take
you?
it for 5 days a week. A day. It lasted one day. Honestly, it wasn't that. It wasn't. It was that in a
You're
combination of
probably
intermittent
you're.
fasting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So intermittent fasting and hitting this withdrawal, I had I had moments of anger, and I misdirected it to people that I loved, and I apologized
Mhm.
afterwards, which is not
Yeah.
making up. Just apologizing doesn't make it better, but just explaining like, hey, I'm sorry. I realized I was a twat, and I was acting at you very badly to a special person I very care about very much,
Which
who
I
will
did
remain
ask
nameless.
beautiful girls. Which I did ask the beautiful girls
Yes.
to